Welcome to my quilting life. I'm bored. That's it. I'm super bored. I need something to do. I said to myself, I want to sew to get rid of my boredom. So if you're new to my channel, subscribe, like, share my quilting videos, and let's get rid of some boredom that I have. You may have it too, but I definitely am suffering from boredom. So let's just get to it. I have a half a layer cake here, which is 20 pieces. Celebration Bunny Heel Designs for Moda. And it's red, white, and blue. And some greens and whatever. I'm just going to open it up. And so some half square triangles or something. Just whatever. Because I have nothing else better to do to cure my boredom besides coming in here and sewing. Let's see, what does it say you can do on here? Cut 5-inch blocks. You could cut 5-inch squares and 2.5-inch squares. You can cut 3-inch squares. Wow, it just gives you all sorts of things that you can do with your layer cake. Interesting.
You want to say hi to everybody quick?
Oh yeah, let's say hi real quick because I don't know who's all here. We got Kim here, Marla here, Paula here, Joe is here, Darlene is here, Robbie is here, Eric is here. Perfect timing. Got layer cake and don't know what to do with it. Can't eat it. I don't know what to do with it either. I was just gonna sew, see what happens. We got Judy here, Linda's here, Vicky's here, Katrina's here, Lisa's here, Karen is here. The people are saying hello. We got Jane here. All right. So if you hear a man in the background, for those that are new to my channel and never been here before, Bonnie's here, Margaret's here. If you guys don't know, Scott is my husband. He reads in the background. He's usually not on camera. He just pays attention to the chat for me because I am very easily distracted. And over the years of being on YouTube doing live streams, I have issues with staying on track with the chat. So he keeps me on track.
Who was the last person you said hi to?
I forgot.
Margaret, Deborah,
yeah, Margaret.
Paula.
Margaret was the last person.
Okay, we got Deborah, Paula,
Crafty
so, Owl from the UK.
What I'm going to do is, since they're 10-inch squares, what I think I'm going to do is just put two colors together, right sides together, two polar opposite colors together, and just sew them and make half square triangles. And since this has like big prints on them, I think I'm going to do the 6.5, what comes out as a 6.5-inch half square triangle.
Hi, Mary.
Which would be sewing all the way around the block and then cutting it on the diagonal twice instead of drawing two diagonal lines and making smaller 4-inch, I think is what it is, blocks. So I'm just going to put a bunch of these together. We're getting into some other colors here. Let's put this one with this one. Just pairing them up since there's only 20 to choose from. Let's put this yellow with that. And then I'll line them up when I go to sew them. Just gives me something to do.
Hi, Mary.
Welcome everybody joining in.
Two Marys right now.
Let's put that one with that one because they're two total opposites. Let's put these two together. And let's put these two together.
Oh, Becca's on.
Hi, Becca. All right, I need to swap out a color. Let's get rid of this one, put this on here, and this one on here. How about that? There we go. So I'm just going to take each set and sew all the way around the whole entire thing. And Moda did their pinking. Let's see.
Hi, Teresa.
On the outside of the pink. So that's where my 1/4-inch seam will be. Sometimes on these pinking on certain blocks, I'm like, or certain companies, they are like way big. And I end up with like this really, really, really huge 1/4-inch seam. It would help that I had a better stitch length from earlier. And I just sew off the edge and all the way around. Giving me something to do. I swear, I was like, we were playing trivia, and then the movie didn't seem all that great that I was watching while trying to play trivia. And I was thinking to myself, I just want to sew. I just want to sew.
Pretty great, Pat.
All right, so there's one group.
Diane asks, what are you making?
I have no idea. I'm just making half square triangles to start. That's what I'm going to do first. There's only 20 pieces here, so this will be a small project. Maybe a table runner or something.
Hi, Bee.
Hello, everybody joining. Did you guys see my time-lapse video has over 15,000 views? I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Seriously, that is the most watched video I now ever had. Ever.
Hey,
So, thank you guys for watching that video.
Becca said she's so proud.
Yes, I'm like, what is the word for that? Flabbergasted that it's gotten so far. Like, what? You know, is there facial expression for being flabbergasted? Like, you know, like that. That's my face.
Hi, Amber. Hi, Jane. Amber said I love time lapse.
So do I. I watch time-lapse videos all the time, so, and usually they're not quilting. It's usually like lawns being mowed or asphalt or cement being power washed. I don't know what it is. Like they have these really cool power wash videos where they power wash like sidewalks and they do designs on them and it makes the streets look really cool, even though it's like partially washed because they use like a template, but it looks really awesome. I watch weird stuff like that.
Yeah, like it
I
says
like-
your live feed quality is so much better.
I'm
Thanks, Becca.
glad because it was so horrible for so long. Something needed to change.
Yeah, well, we got one thing working, and then we had another tablet just break just now.
Yeah. Yeah, be glad because my RCA tablet that I was going live from, that is not turning on now.
Yeah.
And it's been
As of
plugged
now,
in
as
and
of
it's now
10
not
minutes
working.
ago. Doesn't want to work. Hi, Pam.
Had to change my bobbin. It wasn't that it was fully ran out, it was that it was tangled. For those just joining, I'm bored, so I'm sewing. Figured I'd sew with y'all. Because I need something to do. And I'm pretty quick with making projects, so even if it's simple. So what is everybody up to? I know it's probably late for some of you, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's probably like what, 10 something on the East Coast and 9 something in the middle and 7 something here, or 8 something in the middle, and whatever. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Some of
Dan says you have over 4K subscribers.
Yep, I hit 4K the other day. And I will be doing a giveaway. You guys just got to give me a minute because I just hit it and I'm putting things together. So just look forward to it soon.
Becca says you're super speedy. Brody needs to challenge you to something fast. Eric said pretty fast, honey, you're in another dimension.
I can't help it, guys. This is what happens with somebody who used to ride motorcycles. You get to this, and yeah, I wish I had a industrial machine because then I could just go faster.
Grace is along with Pat Sloan.
Ooh.
We're finished the Liberty top. It needs to figure out the quilting design.
If you guys ever have a sewing all the way around a block, if you get a little fold right here on your fabric, you know, when you're sewing all the way around two pieces to do half square triangles, don't worry about that. It'll go away when you cut it. It happens every once in a while.
Hi, Karen. Hi, Terry.
Welcome, everybody.
Terry's first time watching you. Very interesting.
Just know my every day is almost as fast as my time lapse. I'm not really here teaching anything today, but if you learn something, this is the most absolute beginner thing you can do. I just am bored and need something to sew. And I'm pretty sure we have all been there. Those days where you're just like, I just want to sew.
Well, Eric's doing a Zoom on Sunday.
For what channel? For tea?
Dan says, I remember when you had less than 100 subscribers.
Yeah. Diane has been here since the beginning.
I remember that.
When I had the most horrible camera quality. I was out in the garage sweating the whole time. I had the Brother PQ 1100, or no, PRW 1100. That's what I had. And then a couple older Brother machines.
Holy cow, Marlo used to sew 1,400 to 1,500 automotive floor mats on an industrial 8-hour shift.
Oh,
He says, I love that machine.
It's the kind of machine I need.
Hi, Pam. Pam asks, what are you making? She's new to your live.
I am just bored, so I took a half of a layer cake, which is the way it came. It was a Moda layer cake, but it only came with 20 pieces, which I consider a half because a bigger layer cake is 40 or 42, depending on the brand. I am just using a half a layer cake, and right now I'm just making half square triangles.
Becca asked, how long have you had your channel?
5 years, but no, 6 years, 7 years, something like that, but only been using it for 5 years for sewing related. And at the beginning it was scattered, very scattered and random, like, you know, 3 a year or something like that. It was not very much. And then when I finally super got into it, then I, you know, started recording all the time. At least twice a month then. Which to me is all the time.
Eric asked, what was the first video you did?
My first video, I think, was the wheelchair makeover. Was the first video the wheelchair makeover?
That's what I was going to say. We did the back of the wheelchair.
Either the wheelchair makeover or, hold on, I got to think about this one. Or the ruler secret. I did a ruler secret with my fussy cut rulers. I did hot glue gun on the back of them, just a tiny little smidge, and I was able to fussy cut fabric really nicely. I did that to a lot of my fussy cutting rulers in the beginning. I still have it on those rulers that I did it on, and I did fussy cut a lot of fabric and make a lot of quilts. So I did a video on that then. All right, next step is to cut. Look at how fast that went. I'm already at the cutting. So I'm going to line my ruler up, as you can see right here, hopefully, corner to corner of my stitch lines. And I'm going to cut. I'm going to pick up my ruler and go the opposite direction.
Eric's ruler secret. Well, it's not a secret now.
Well, no, it's not a secret now. But that had a lot of views. I don't know how that got a lot of views, but that video got a lot of views too. But definitely not no 15,000 views. I'm so surprised. But I guess a lot of people like to watch paint dry. It's my expression, sorry.
Hi, Katrina. Katrina asks, has anyone done a watercolor quilt? She wants to try it.
No, not that I can think of. I've only done just one art quilt of all quilts anyway. And that was just raw edge applique, just throwing pieces on and quilting over them.
Hi, Andrea. Andrea in England's here.
Hello, welcome, welcome. Today's project is the I don't have to stand project. Gives me something to do. And yes, I'm using my arm to hold it because I don't have a rotating mat. So I do what I got to do to hold my ruler down.
Hi, Nina.
Welcome, everybody. Don't forget, if you're new, to subscribe. And thanks all of you new ones who have subscribed. I couldn't say the word for a second. It's wonderful to get a lot of love. Just know that I am random with all my live streams. For those that are new, learn from the old. Everybody will tell you I come on when I come on.
Other than
Usually,
Sunday.
except for Sunday. That is my only scheduled time because I am not a schedule kind of person. I don't like schedules. I don't like being told what to do, when to do it. I just like to do what I want, when I want, which is like right now. So if you're not used to that kind of stuff and you want some kind of warning, I don't know what to tell you because my channel does not provide warning. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't.
Hi, Kay.
Can you plug in my iron, please?
Yeah. You want yours?
Yes, please.
Okay. You don't want me to iron?
I mean, you can if you want to.
Well, it's up to you. You have to tell me. I'm plugging in your iron, though. You're ironing. If I'm ironing, we're pulling out Squeak. Because he's the man.
I'll just iron because I'm fast.
He's the man.
Notice I'm just making a big pile because I really had no plans. Just make some half square triangles and have some fun and hang out with you guys.
Who doesn't like Squeak? I mean, come on. See, Eric's talking about him now, too. Everybody.
For those that are new to my channel, also, my iron, one of my irons actually has a name, and it's called Squeak because it actually squeaks and makes your guys' dogs howl. Or bark. Same difference. But I'm going to use my constant steam iron this time. I don't know.
You have names for all your own.
Yeah, I have McSteamy who got a 3 accidentally. I haven't used that one in a long time.
We cleaned them off. We did the iron cleaning video. We cleaned them off.
I know, I haven't used it in a while though. I'm honestly thinking I should just like put these all together like in a chevron.
Eric says Squeak is like the little iron that could.
Yep.
Hi, Heather. Heather from Australia's here.
Welcome, welcome.
Queensland.
Oop, this one's gonna have a butt right. No, it's gonna land right at next. It's gonna get trimmed off too. Darn
Hi,
it all.
Darlene.
Kind of went a little too funky on there. I do not recommend cutting towards you, but I just put myself in a weird, awkward position. All right, now they are all
Grammy
cut.
asks, what kind of cutter are you using?
This is a Martelli cutter. This is for the right hand. Okay, so just a quick little thingy. Everywhere sells these. You can find them anywhere. And you can find them in Stephanie's shop, Stephanie Stitches.
Doesn't Becca sell them too?
No, Becca stopped doing this shop and now
Oh.
Stephanie's doing it.
Okay.
I had carpal tunnel surgery recently on my right wrist, and before I had the surgery, this holder was making it easier to deal with the pain. And then since my surgery, this has been the only cutter that I can use like full time because of the position of it. Because I still don't have any weight bearing. I don't know why after 4 months almost now that I have no weight bearing, but this ruler has saved, or this cutter has saved me. I could still quilt and cut all my fabric because of this cutter. So if you have carpal tunnel syndrome, just know that this is saving your life and you can still quilt. All right. I'm pretty sure you guys can still see me over here.
I can turn the camera if you want.
No, I'm just gonna
No,
press all these open.
they can't see you though. Andrea asked how many pieces are in half a layer cake.
20.
Okay, that's what everyone's answering.
Yeah.
Just making sure we're all on the same page.
So I'm just, you can see my, I'll throw them over here so you guys can see them. They're just half square triangles is all I made. They're gonna be 6.5 inches. I don't even know if I want to trim them though, because they all seem to be pretty good. I was pretty accurate with my seam. I might just start hooking them together. Let's see how big they come out. 6 3/4 is how they come out if you don't trim them.
That's cute. It's got little elephants on. We're gonna have to show them right now close up. See that? That's so cute. Little elephant.
Some of them landed nicely too.
Yeah. Look at that.
This one's head got cut off.
Well,
They're not all going to be perfect. And this layer cake actually came from Bernie. I don't know if Bernie's on right now.
I don't remember. There's like 90 people on.
Yeah. Is there really?
Yeah, it's 89.
Wow. A lot of you were up late. For anybody that's on the East Coast.
They're saying it's Dumbo and Heffalumps.
Yeah.
Yes, for those of you Winnie the Pooh fans, I know what a Heffalump is.
Yep. They're cute. I don't know how these play in with the sailor ships because there's sailing boats on here, but I don't think you can put an elephant on a sailing boat unless it was like a, 1600s sailing boat and they were transferring on the ships from one country to another. Ooh, this one looked perfect. Look at that one. He ended up right there.
Yeah. He's a green one. That's cool.
And he's got ships in them. So the elephants actually have the fabric in them, the prints. They have the ships and the stars and the polka dots.
Are you asking us, Pam? We're
What?
in Lake Havasu City, Arizona.
Yep, I'm in Lake Havasu, Arizona. Just down the street from the lake. And if you want to see what it looks like, I have a kind of like a tour video of it, of the London Bridge, on a video for Mother's Day last year with my daughter. We went for a walk on the lake, on the channel. Anybody that's interested in seeing Lake Havasu, although Lake Havasu City has its own YouTube channel.
Grammy says a chevron table runner would be cute.
Thinking right now, I could just put them together and make a little baby quilt because I make lots of baby quilts.
Heather wants to know the size of your blocks before cutting.
Before cutting, they look like right now at 6 and 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 3/4. 6 and 3/4. So far, the last couple that I've measured have all been 6 and 3/4. So my sewing is pretty accurate. I'm not pressing them any special direction either. I'm just kind of whatever color is the darkest one. Normally I would square these up to 6.5, but I really don't think I need to. Just gonna make something little. There's plenty of blocks here.
$80.
That's not 80 blocks.
I don't know how many
I
you
got
have. That's what 4 times 20
4
is.
from from 20 pieces. 4 each from 20 pieces.
Do you want me to count them?
No, I'm just gonna lay them out.
Okay.
Right here on my table.
Sounds good.
Yep, sounds good.
Mary wants to know how far we are from the lake. Like 2-3 miles?
I think we're like 2 miles. I don't even think it's a full 2 miles.
Nothing in our town is very far. We're kind of close to everything. We consider Walmart far, and that's 8 miles away. That's what we consider far in our town. Our town is kind of small, the way it's laid out.
And it's hot here. Very
Yeah.
hot. Last night's low was 104.
Yes, that was in the middle of the night when it was dark out. At like 2 in the morning. That was our low.
Yep. All right, I'm not going to trim these because I don't think they need to be trimmed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay them out right here on my table. Right this very second. You really can't tell how I'm laying them out, but
I can move the camera if you want.
no, it's fine. A blue.
Because you have it really close in, you just see the sewing machine and half the cutting board there. You don't even see the whole cutting board.
Green there. Now let's put blue that way.
Eric says low at 104. Okay, I can't complain.
That way. That way.
Wait till the winter comes, though. Then you'll want to be here, Eric. Our winters are great.
Yeah.
Hi, Kimberly.
Let's find yellow. No, all those yellows are the only yellows. What?
Hi, Carissa.
Let's just put white there. That. I'm just kind of making this up as I go. Trying to like equally balance everything. Sort of.
Should I just move the camera for a little so I can see it?
You can, yeah. Oops. That way. You have to twist the knob to move it better.
Yeah, I know. You're tight. Here's what she's got going on.
Just laying it here. I should be putting more reds down.
Eric says if I could move to Antarctica, I probably would. Too cold for us.
Same as that one.
That's looking really cool. It's going to be like a little baby quilt.
I'm trying here. It's kind of hard because there's not very many choices of similar colors. I mean, there is, but isn't at the same time. There.
Oh, see, Eric said the same thing. Like, good baby quilt.
Yeah.
Hi, Linda.
Okay, I'm gonna go towards this way now a little bit more. That there.
Teresa says, love your colors.
That there. Put that one there. That one there. Let's move that one out of there and put in this guy. There we go. And let's put that there. I'm supplementing green for yellows because the yellows are all the exact same ones. These. And then go this way some more. So it'll be that. Just lay that there. Lay this that way.
Well, that doesn't sound good, Carissa. Sorry to hear that.
What?
She busted her toenail off her toe, broke
Oh.
the tip of her toe.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yes, Diana, we had 2 of our neighbors were talking about
This
that.
way.
Temperatures up in Oregon.
Let's put-
Lisa says use the bananas for the backing.
I'm out of banana fabric, actually. I only had enough for that little tiny table runner that I did.
Yeah, that would go good since it's like a baby quilt here.
No, I have tons of children's prints.
I know.
1,
I know you do. Believe
2,
me, I know.
3, I have 4
I'm staring
left.
at
1,
2
2,
different
3,
Minions
4,
ones
5,
right
6.
now.
All right. So what do I
And
want to
Olaf
swap out?
and-
Let's see. What do I want to swap out?
I like Olaf. I should do Olaf and something.
That one, the elephant's pretty much gone on. So I really don't care if he stays gone. I could swap a green. No, that would put too much green right there. There's not enough green over that way. No, that one's already there.
I thought that's what I said, Carissa. Sorry. I thought I said you broke your toe. Well, the tip of your toe.
This one there. This one there. There we go. And then we'll swap out white for yellow. These ones look like a flag. This one.
Yeah, it does. That's
looks
awesome.
like a flag. Oh, I can't go right next
Hey,
to
Andrea.
it.
Andrea says, how many pieces did you start out with?
20. I have 4 left. But I kind of really want to put these greens in here. Where could I put a green? Let's put it up there. I think that's enough green. I could make this match, but I have to take that lower. Kind of just want to leave it. Green up there, there's green there, blue here, red there. I could make all that green right there, but I don't want to. Get rid of that yellow and replace that with white with green. That. But then I have the 2 of the same colors next to each other.
Should I unplug the iron? Or we can iron some more?
I'm going to iron some more.
Okay.
All right, there we go. I like that. So I got rid of that one. That one. The yellow looks equally spread. There's only one other piece of yellow. And
Kim says make a little pillow or rug with the last 4.
okay, the little 4 pieces can go there. Let's put these rows together. So I'm going to go 1, 2.
Tricia says
3,
that's a fun pattern,
4,
Tiff.
5, 6.
I'm turning back over here to the sewing
2,
machine now.
3, yep.
Okay.
4, 5, 6. Usually I cut the dog ears off, but I'm not even going to bother with that unless they get in my way. That's that row. These rows go on top of each other. Keep myself off of that so it doesn't fall. Nope, I knew those were going to fall. I think it was this way. Yep, and this one was... Hold on, I gotta look because it's all gonna fall on me now. And this one was that way. Okay, now I know.
Yeah, it's beeping. I knew it was going to start.
And one more row. All right. This is what I call a simple and easy project. Right sides together, and I'm just going to sew and sew and sew until they are all together. The next one, and so on and so forth, over and over. And they all look to be exactly the same size. I'm not going to turn or move anything, because if I do, then I'll get it all out of whack, and we don't want that. And like I said, normally I'd trim the dog ears off, but really they're not in the way, so just going to lay it right here. I'm not even going to press it just yet. I'm just going to put all of these together first. And then I'll sew the rows together, and then I'll press the whole entire project. Should go pretty quick.
Well, you got 100 people on.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yep. And for those that are curious how I'm doing this with just my hands, well, I have a knee lift on my machine, and I tend to utilize it as much as possible. This has been my starting one. Whew. This is such a cute cure for my boredom. And it's simple and easy. So here's the next row like this. So they're all together. Just going to put them right side together and sew these rows together. And I didn't press anything. I'm just going to let the seams go whatever way they want to. Because it's going to lay flat in the end, no matter what I do. I'm going to hold them down and nest them as best as possible. Even with all the dog ears, just going to let it do its thing. If it bothers you, chop them off. It's not bothering me today. Normally it would. Right at the end. Always happens. I came unthreaded, so you're going to have to give me a second. It happens. I can get it in the hole. In the hole right there. There we go.
Chris, I didn't hear how big the blocks end up being.
They were 6 3/4 after sewing my making the half square triangles from the 10-inch block. All right, next row. And I'm not doing any trimming or anything fancy to this. I'm just sewing them together. I didn't trim the blocks because they're all the same. My 1/4-inch guide kept everything nice and the way it needed to stay, which is a good thing. It's a positive. That's what you want to happen. You don't have to trim all these blocks.
Thank you. Okay. Karen asked Tiffany, who showed you how to quilt, or do you take a class, and how long have you been quilting?
I saw a picture of a quilt online like almost 6 years ago now. I'm on like a little over 5 years. Almost 6. And I saw a picture of a quilt online. I said, oh, I can do that. I have a sewing machine. I had a sewing machine. I had some scissors, and I had a sheet. And I chopped up the sheet into squares, and I sewed it together on the sewing machine. And it wasn't very pretty. Although my son, who has it, it's my first quilt, he has it, and he loves it. I used the decorative stitches on the machine. It was an old brother machine, so I just turned the dial to decorative stitches, and I kept turning it to different ones. And I wrote his name in decorative stitches on it and everything. I didn't know how to do binding. I didn't know how to quilt. I didn't know how to do nothing. I just threw it all together, put a backing on it, and then I think my binding was probably like 3 inches or more. It was huge.
That's your first real quilt, though.
Yeah.
Betty Boop's your first quilt.
No, Betty Boop was the second one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure? I thought
Positive.
Betty Boop was first.
Nope, Betty Boop was second. So nobody taught me. I just know what I'm doing. I don't know.
We watch a lot of YouTube videos too.
I watch a lot of YouTube videos, but that didn't come right away. I didn't know YouTube existed in the beginning.
Well, we knew YouTube existed, not for quilting.
Huh? What?
We knew YouTube existed. But
Well,
not for
yeah, I
quilting.
didn't know YouTube had quilting videos. It was about 6 months before I realized YouTube had quilting videos. And then I found Missouri Star. And in the beginning, I made quite a few Missouri Star quilts because they were easy to follow. Alright.
Teresa asks, she wonders why she can't get Ellen Campbell's name to come up using the at Tiffany type thing. She says, do you know?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't know how to get anybody's names to come up. So I can't help you with that. I typed the person's name in.
He doesn't know how to use the at symbol. You just type at. If she's not on, then it might not show. Other than that, I don't know. I'm not on the screen, so I don't know.
Well, anyway, Carissa said it sounds like how she got started when she was 24. She saw a picture and she said, I can do that. Except she didn't have a machine or anything. She did it all by hand.
Ooh, yeah, I probably wouldn't have done by hand. I haven't even done anything with my hand project. That fabric is sitting on a shelf collecting so much dust, like a lot of dust. Nope, I'm all machine, all the way. I will finish my project someday, but all right, next one. Let's make sure everything is the way I wanted it. Good enough for me. Winding it up. Could be a cute little project.
Karen says, that's awesome. I love watching all you ladies. I learn something new every day watching you.
Awesome. All right, 2 more rows.
That is cool.
Does it snap again? My thread is being weird today. It did this to me this morning when I was binding too. Weird.
Hi, Kim. Kim asks about how many projects do you usually have going at a time?
I don't know, 10 or so.
She has
They're
a
all
lot.
they're all under here now. I have little containers with current projects, but I don't work on them all, and then sometimes I just like forget all about them and do something different, which tends to be a more common thing with me. But there's about 10 current projects, plus all the quilts that need to be quilted. There's a lot of those, but I think a lot of us have quilt tops that need to be done.
Good night, Debbie.
Right, okay, right. I know I should be pressing between every one of these seams. And so many other things I should have been doing, but I'm not, because sometimes you don't have to. All right, one more row to sew together and on, and then we can choose a backing and maybe quilt it, because I've only been on how long?
Doesn't say on here. 46 minutes.
Not long. This is so much fun.
Hi, Cindy.
And one more.
Cindy says she has a friend that's making a sewing machine table, which is going to make sewing quilts easier for her to get everything done correctly. Hi, Jill.
It definitely helps to have a nice table for it to sit on. Although no matter what table I have, with this Juki, everything vibrates.
There's Bernie. Bernie's on. Hi, Bernie.
Bernie, I'm using a layer cake that you sent.
She's been talking about you, Bernie.
It was a cure for my boredom today, so far. Right there.
Hey, Nancy.
Welcome everybody that's joining. I literally need to just press this. Alright, I'm gonna press it and then I'll be right back at the camera.
Bernie says, I just saw you were on. Hope you're having fun.
Yes, I am. Having fun making a little quilt. Should press from the back first. That would be a smart idea because I didn't finger press anything either.
Hi, T. T's on.
Hi, T.
How you doing, darling? Carissa asked, does your extension table slide when you sew, Tiff?
No.
She says, mine slides and separates from the sewing machine all the time. It drives me crazy.
Really? Yeah, mine doesn't. It used to when it was on a different table, but now that I have it on a more sturdier table, it doesn't go anywhere.
Jill says, it looks like you found something to make with the half layer cake.
Yep.
That's very weird, Carissa.
Yeah, like I said, the stiffer the table that I have it on, the less of it moving around. So I'm just pressing real quick. I'll be in the camera momentarily.
Well, T's over her heat exhaustion. She's doing great now.
Oh,
Good to hear. Krista said hers is a sewing cabinet, and it still does it.
Yeah, that would suck. Maybe it needs to be resized to the machine.
Redneck it on there, some super glue and duct tape.
Yeah.
That's what I would tell Tiff if she asked me.
I'm not used to leaving the dog ears on. It presses so much differently.
Tammy used a kitchen drawer liner under her machine. She said
That's what I have under mine. It's like a it's like the drawer liner stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was thinking of.
All right, press from the top and be done.
Thank you, Heather, for the reminder. Kim asks if you could only have one ruler, which would you choose?
I've been asked that before. I don't know. Probably the 6 by 24 or the 8.5 by 24 Quilter Select one. Because I like that one. It's a toss. You know?
Carissa asks, have you opened up any of the ones I sent? I kind of wanted to see the fabrics look like.
Actually,
because I have no clue.
Carissa, one is coming in soon. How about that? I don't want to give away too many of my secrets.
Was it one of these?
No, it's the one I planned for.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to say too much. I just.
It kind of goes with what one of those is, you know.
Okay.
That's what I planned. I have plans, but I can show you the. It's a layer cake. All right, here's the finished little quilt top. I think it looks cute. It's like set up like a chevron, but it like didn't fully chevron out.
That is cool. Oh yes, of course. I can always turn the camera. Just tell me earlier, Cindy.
All right, so let's choose.
It's a little late now, but yes, if you guys want me to move the camera or do anything, all you got to do is ask. I'll gladly do it.
Let's choose a backing fabric, and we're gonna go load it on the long arm and just quilt it real quick.
Okay, we're gonna choose backing fabric first.
Yes.
Before we go out there.
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's get a size so I know how much I'm. It's got 37 by 37. So I need a yard. A little bit over a yard. How about
That's a fun little quilt.
Olaf or Minions?
That's what I said earlier.
We'll do Minions. This one looks like it has plenty on it. Need a little bit over a yard.
Which response didn't you hear, Carissa? The one about putting the drawer liner underneath your machine, or the one about Tiff has a plan for some of your fabric coming soon?
This is what I'm going to do.
Those were the answers.
This is what's coming soon. There's my quick sneak peek, guys. And I don't want to show you too much because then you'll be like, what are you doing? That's my coming soon. The whole project's like literally sitting right here on the floor.
Eric's yelling, Minion!
Yeah, we're going to do Minions.
Love Minions.
I'm just going to straighten this whole entire thing up just so that I can load it easily, even though this is way more than I need.
Well, thank you, Heather. Heather made her normal donation.
Oh, thank you.
She said. You're too kind to us, Heather.
Okay, here's backing fabric, and now I just need a piece of batting.
For those of you that have been donating here lately, I thank all of you. We've had a few people do the GoFundMe thing. I thank you very much for that, if any of you are on here.
Small. Something.
We don't talk about money too much, but since we're on the subject of it, those of you that have been checking out
Plenty size. Okay, we got backing, batting, and we're gonna go to the Longarm. So we're gonna go on a trip with the camera guys.
Hey, let me unplug it.
Just go turn the lights on out there, please. I'll bring this with. And we're
Tell
gonna
them
go
about the Etsy shop since you're not here.
do what?
Tell them about the Etsy shop.
I have an Etsy shop. It's in the link of the description below for those of you who are interested in pre-made quilts. I'm tripping over everything in my room. Let's go for a trip to the living room. And for a second, you can stare at jelly rolls because I gotta unplug the iron. There we go. All right, we're gonna go load this on the long arm, and you're gonna get a double video of putting it together and a long arm in one video. Yes. There we go. Sorry for the motion in the ocean here, guys. All right.
No, what I was trying to say is you have a lot of people out here lately.
Oh.
Is that want to buy stuff, we give you 10% off and free shipping. You just have to email Tiff or message her or something. You can buy it straight through us. We'll give you a better deal.
Yeah, it's easier than Etsy. Etsy takes too much.
Yeah. It's just a way to show off all the stuff. Other than that, okay, we're done talking about sales stuff.
Okay. So I have red snappers on my frame. For those that don't know, they are courtesy of Miss Sobecca, who was here. I don't know if she still is. And it makes
Becca,
it
you
so
still
much
here? We're
easier.
talking about you.
She made it easier for me to load quilts. I literally now just load them on. I don't even pay attention to the center really anymore.
You know how to post the link to the shop or ads?
God, I would have to go to, you have to go to it physically and then grab the link and then come back.
Whoa. Do you want me to do that? Will you do this? Because I can do that.
Nope.
Okay. Because I don't know how to do all that.
X down, find Etsy. When it's done, you press share page.
So I was saying, you want me to just do that while you do this?
Nope. That button, I think. It's an iPad, so I don't know. Copy. Now go back to YouTube. Alright, so that's snapped on. I need one more little guy just so the end don't pull up. Right here.
So it keeps taking it active. Yeah, we did that 3 times.
There's the Etsy shop.
There we go. It's on there.
Remember,
now.
I haven't taught Scott how to do all that stuff, guys. Alright.
Well, they were saying hi to Thumper.
Yeah, he's always curious what I'm doing.
And you have a question from Andrea. What batting are you using?
I'm just throwing in a piece of scrap polyester.
She rolls that. Yes, here. You can look at. There he is. Is it the thick polyester?
No.
Okay.
It's a thinner piece from a client. It's left over from a client. Client's
Okay.
built. Everybody sends me different stuff every time I do something with someone else's. Oh, little guy.
You're welcome, Ellen. We try. Stuff I should know how to do anyway, so it gets me to learn.
Put that there, put this here.
This won't turn up no more. I guess that's the size it goes. Okay. It'll go down, but not up.
All right, let's turn the machine on. I'm just gonna use the yellow thread that's in here, honestly. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Ellen. Then just scroll down in the description and click on the link there.
Yeah, it's in the description below.
Because I don't know. She says it won't let her in.
Well, then she needs to go to the description below and click from that link.
Yeah. I can't get this stand to lift up any higher.
It doesn't need to because I'm moving the camera off of it anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, because your head's not in the video.
Oh.
It's odd.
Sorry guys, we're gonna put you on the mount anyway so you can watch me quote. Alright. Perfect piece of batting, look at that.
We don't really wear shoes in the house, Heather, so I don't fully know. We wear sandals and slippers sometimes. But no, he doesn't run from us when we wear shoes.
No. Look at that, plenty. Plenty. I'm just gonna use the yellow that I have on here. I'm gonna baste it first. And then I'm gonna put you guys on the camera. No, on the frame.
Oh, yes, Joe, we had to get a new phone because T-Mobile bought out Sprint. So, yes, she has a new device. They forced us to. But thank you very much. Jill says your video looks great.
Okay.
What batting again?
It's polyester. I don't know what brand or anything. It was left over from a client quilt. I piled them up in my room, in my quilting room. So I have tons of batting just sitting in there.
Hi, Felice. Felice says it looks great, very clear and stable. Thank you.
Good. One thing about my nails being too long is they are hooking to the batting. Oh.
Good night, Mary. Can I help with anything?
No.
Hi, Kimberly. Kimberly says that's super cute.
It is. It's cute. I get it to stay nicely. The polyester batting and the stretch of this quilt is definitely not friends.
Jill says that you mentioned in your 4th of July video that you got all the new subscribers. She says that's awesome. Congratulations. She really enjoyed the time-lapse video.
Let's put another bobbin in.
Hi, Janice.
I'm gonna have to roll one more of these bobbins, honestly. Depending on what quilt on here.
Teresa says she's so glad to see the long arm is in the house.
Yeah, it's so much more comfortable being in the house.
It came in what? November, December, January?
When I had my surgery. So March 17th. I had my surgery, so it was during that week after my surgery, so it came in March. It's only been in for a couple months.
Yeah. I don't remember, but yeah, that sounds right.
Alright, let's switch you guys to the other mount. And quilt this with, I don't know, just a quick edge to edge meander. How about that? Alright, so I'm pulling you out of this mount. And I don't know how long you're going to last.
Show the monster close party.
Oh my gosh, come on, out of the hole. There's Thumper.
Since we're all talking about it, he's going crazy on his bookshelf shelf.
Yeah, he's a weird kitty. Alright. You guys are going to get flipped. Okay, there we go.
Eric says he was watching the video and wasn't paying attention to where the bus was. He says, I missed my stop.
Oh, funny.
I guess now you're walking back, Eric.
All right, let's do just an all-over wide meander just to get this done. That way I'm not on forever. For those that are curious, this is not a computer, this is all me. And I work really fast. This is typical. I stitch on the long arm as fast as I stitch the blocks together. Stitching with 10 stitches per inch in precision mode, so it's regulated stitches.
Yes, folks, she is really that quick. This is in real time, it's real time live. One hand running the machine, and the other hand she has sitting on the quilt, as you guys can see.
I just know where to go. A lot of people ask me, like, how do you know or whatever. It's just like I look ahead of me.
Lisa says your nails look great. Love the color.
They need to be filled so bad. They're so long. I don't like keeping them this long because they get stuck to the quilting for like fabric and batting and.
The beeping you just heard when the machine beeps at her, that means she's going too fast for it. That's the machine telling her she has to slow down. Speed demon. Good night, Diane. She makes it look so easy.
It is, once you're used to it, it's like second nature.
You're beeping at me now, honey. You better slow down.
Slow down, no way.
Heather says, I wish my stitches were that even when I quilt on the sewing machine.
All right, let's advance it and do the, I don't know if I'll get a whole bottom half on there.
Here, I
We'll
will
see.
roll it for you.
Hopefully I don't have to roll another bobbin because I did not roll, I don't have any extra of these bobbins. Right there. Right there's good.
There?
Yep.
The bottom?
Hmm. All right, we baste down the side. As you can see with polyester, you really have to baste. It's very important because it starts to get all funky. And I try to keep it nice and straight.
Now, Jim, you're gonna make me hungry again.
Hey, don't do that. I just made dinner a little while ago. Well, technically, it's been a long while since I made dinner, but
Yeah, it's like 3.5 hours.
you guys can see the bulk of this batting. Of course, this batting wasn't very flat. It was very wrinkled up. But that's okay. I'm going to make it work. Just yank it down a little. See if I can't get
Hi,
it to
Linda.
lay a little bit flatter.
She says, really like the quilt. Nice bright colors.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. And we're gonna start quilting some more. Back to precision mode. Totally not trying to make it beat.
Jill says it's mesmerizing watching you long hours.
Awesome.
Yes, Linda, it's probably because of the new phone. Because your video is nice and clear, but because of the new phone.
Yep. Should be 100% amazing.
video quality now, even while quilting.
Bernie asked, what color binding are you going to use?
Probably red or blue. We'll look. We'll do it tonight too. It's gonna be all one video. Could do yellow.
Yellow might actually go good. You got minions on the back. You got yellow in the front here. Might actually be a good color.
Advance it and do the last row. Hopefully I still have enough bobbin to do the last amount.
Just one row left. There.
No. All right, keep it right there.
Right there?
Yep. Yep, right there. Okay.
Ellen says, wow, she is fast.
Yep. It's not that I try to be, it's just I have OCD and maybe I probably have some kind of issue that makes me work quick too, like an anxiety problem or something. I don't know. What makes people go quick and have to do things in a faster mode? I think that would be OCD as well, though. Pull on this batting at the same exact time because it's really trying to.
Marla says the need for speed.
Yep.
Cindy says, just get it done.
Yep.
Yeah. Larry the Cable Guy says, get her done.
I don't normally baste this way because I'm like running over myself just to that first piece.
Hi, feisty lady.
Sorry if you guys see my finger right here in the corner. I forgot that the camera on this is not center. It's actually to one side of the device. So it doesn't sit exactly like my old one used to, which used to be in the center, so you didn't have as much of my finger in the way while I was doing this. It's only in the way if I have to use the needle up and down button, so it's the only time you ever have to worry about it.
Hi, Judy.
Just trying to get this batting to stay too at the same time. It's so fluffy. And it's not my normal fluffy either. My normal fluffy is fluffier than this. Okay, now I'm in my throat space.
He says, I will get to the fast version when I learn the slow version principles first.
Okay, this is not working for me. Come on.
Joe says, I like that this setup doesn't shake when you were long arming. That was a bit difficult to watch.
Yep.
The setup's the same, it's just the device has
It's
changed.
the device is a little bit more, what's the word for it? It has anti-shake and all sorts of stuff. It's a lot fancier than my last device.
Cindy said earlier, if you can go fast, if you can sew fast, go fast.
Mm-hmm.
Bernie asked, do you like polyester batting more than cotton?
I like them both equally, honestly. My honest opinion, I like the poly because it creates like a loft like none other. But I like cotton when I want to keep things flowy and flat and not have to worry about this right here. With the poly, any kind of fluff at all, I have to sit and adjust as I go to get it to even be flat. On a cotton, I just swipe it and it's flat. But this, it's not going to work that way because it's thick. And this is probably like a Walmart batting or something. It's probably a cheaper batting. But again, it was from a client and I don't know what brand it is. But it's definitely not as thick as mine, or else this would have been even harder. This is just me basting.
Back when Walmart used to sell batting by the big roll, that's what we used to get.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
So now you guys can see why I go back over it, because you can see this lip. I go back over it and push that lip down. Kind of just holds it even better to when I get to the, you know, trimming and everything. Like this is the, it's sticking underneath my nails. This one's very like shitty. All right, here we go.
It's off. Have you ever heard of that?
Poly on fire?
Yeah, it burns faster if it catches on fire.
I don't know. We'll have to do a burn test one of these days.
Let's see
With
which
some
one
scraps.
catches on fire quicker.
Oh, I have 70-30. I have 80-20. I have 100%. I have one cotton with like. I have 100%. I have thick, medium, and low loft poly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any. No, I have some wool. I have some
Okay.
wool scraps. I can catch every single one of them on fire.
Well, Cindy asked, what do you do if you miss a spot? Do you just go back and fill it in?
No, not really. Why? Did I miss something?
Oh, I think she's asking for warning.
Yeah, I would go fill it. Kind of rare though, because I work from right to left or left to right. So I try not to miss anything. I kind of just go in a down, like from the right side, I go down, back up, all the way across, you know, and I go bump up to the original start and then I go to the end and yeah.
Well, Bill says that would be an interesting video. Marla said she already watched the YouTube one. They did a test burn. She said they used the match. And then, yes, compared to the cotton, that polyester burns fast.
I'm not trying to make it these guys.
Once again, the beeping is the machine telling her to slow down because she's going too fast for it. Can't keep up.
Well done.
Just like that. Well done.
All right. Now let's take it off the frame and go bind it. Well, trim it and then bind it. So give me a second to yank it off the frame. And look at that. I only needed one bobbin for this, and it has, come on, 20,167 stitches, and I only ran the machine for 17 minutes. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the last one. Maybe it must have accidentally reset or something.
Holy cow, you kind of whipped it home.
Yeah, I didn't cut it. I just took it off the bolt. All right, popping this off. I'm gonna move the machine now. Oops, I unthreaded it accidentally, but that's okay because I'm gonna put a different thread in later when I do a different quilt. All right, we're gonna go back to the other stand and back to the quilt room.
Jill says super cute quilt for a little boy. It could be a little girl too.
I think they boy or a girl, honestly. All right, you take that to the room, please. I'm gonna take you guys out of this. We're gonna go back to the other mount. So it's only gonna move for 2 seconds. Go right back into the mount and go for the cat. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? You can stare at the floor for a second.
I can get down. Okay. Did you show him the monster?
Yes. All right, back to where we started. I'll plug you guys back in. And we're going to bind this little guy. We're going to trim it and bind it. Let me take you back some. That way you can watch that whole process from further back.
Well, you're welcome, Heather, and thank you.
So I'm going to take this big chunk off first because I can use that on something else. And I'm also, because of the thickness of the batting, of any polyester batting, I don't like to use this cutter because this lip gets stuck to it all the time. So I just use my 60-degree. Wait for a second. Grab this. That's going to get something else.
Yeah, we're not going to waste a million fabric. It'll get used for something.
All right. I'm going to line up my end right here with a nice straight end right there. Straight edge again, straight edge. Making quite the mess here. Huh?
This thing is turning on. Let's see if we can get it to work.
Not very straight. There.
So I don't know. It's taking 2 times starting.
All right. See, this is definitely need to get my nails trimmed. Everything's sticking to them. All right, so there is, and I have yellow strips already cut. This is going to have to do because this is what I have already cut. Unless I use, I don't think,
No, that's too yuck. That's a different color. I have not opened this bolt yet. It doesn't really matter. One's lighter, one's darker. This one matches more. Don't I have a different yellow also?
You don't have a lighter yellow?
This one?
I think that lighter one would go better, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I don't have any other yellows. I don't have any other yellows. Oh, I have a bright yellow.
Heather says she
Oh.
just got her Martelli cutter.
This is not the right kind of yellow. Nope.
It wasn't supposed to come for another 3 weeks, but she got it early.
Yay. Okay. We're going to go with the ones I already have cut. I could also do red though too. I have red. Or blue.
Blue might go well.
Look real quick. Red.
I don't know if the red will go with the back minions.
Not really. Blue. Let's try blue.
Jill says, how about the fabrics under the long arm?
Oh yeah, I have polka dots, huh?
That's what I was thinking.
Do I have a blue with polka dots? I'll be right back. Oh, that's baby blue. That's a big nope. This matches the minions.
A couple of them are saying they like the darker yellow. I think the blue would
The
match. with
darker
the minions.
yellow?
I think the blue would match with minions too.
Binding. Which one? I like red, but red doesn't go with the minions on the back, but it really doesn't matter what goes with the back. Yellow goes great because it pulls what's only here of yellow, like in the
Well,
elephants.
I don't know what little kid gets it, but I love minions. I would use the back more than the front. So I think
say
it should
yellow.
match the back.
All right, let's go
Does the
with
blue
yellow.
match with the minions on the back?
Yeah, it matches the little outfit. I'm just gonna
Oh, you're going with the dark yellow? Does
Yep.
that match the back?
Well, if you guys are curious what this is Maywood Studios Shadow Play 513 SW. And
Hold the back over with it real quick. I didn't get to see it.
looks just fine.
Oh yeah, it does. That looks good.
So I'm gonna cut
Hi,
4
Patty.
strips. 4. How big is this? I'm gonna cut 4 strips. That's what I'm gonna cut.
Patty says, great video tonight.
Yeah, you guys get a whole entire little quilt in one video, long arming and all. Look at that. I'm not even gonna iron this first, but can you plug my iron in so I can do the binding real quick?
Yeah.
I'm only doing 4 strips, so it's not gonna take long.
And we got the other tablet to work. The one that I like to use. Yay.
All right, so I'm gonna cut 2.5-inch strips. I'm also gonna switch back to my good cutter. So 2.5. I'm gonna do 4 of them. This is the ruler you guys asked in the beginning. Somebody asked what I couldn't live without. I think this would be the ruler right here. 2.
Well, it was
3.
if you could only use one ruler.
Yeah, it would be this one. And 4. There we go. Just gonna put that right there. No, we're not. Just slide it under there. All right, I'm gonna hook these together on the diagonal. Best way to cure boredom is make a whole entire quilt in one video.
Jill asks, is your go-to 2.5 inches for binding?
For when I do 100% cotton batting quilts, I usually do 2 1/4 because it's really tight. But if I use polyester batting, I do 2 1/2. That way I have plenty of room for depending on the fluff of it, because some batting is so thick. Sometimes I'm like sewing the binding on, and I'm like, oh my, I should have used something else. I should have used like a 2 3/4 inch cut, you know, because it's just so thick. And number 4. All right, I'm gonna snip these pieces, and then I'm gonna go over to the iron, and I'll have the iron, the camera face the iron, so that way you can see, because somebody said earlier about facing the camera
I'll
to
do it
the
when we get there.
iron.
You're not there yet.
Okay. Let's throw those up there for now. All right, now to iron. So all I'm going to do is fold it in half, and I just walk my finger and my iron along it.
Good night, Ellen.
Good night, anybody that's leaving. I'm almost done. Just got to throw this on once it's pressed. And no, I'm not using my binding wheel right now because I just want to get this on. So instead of playing with the binding wheel, I'll just sew this on. If it was like a big quilt and I was using a lot of binding strips, I'd probably always shoot for that binding wheel. But this is just 4 strips, so there's no need. This iron constantly steams, so it kind of allows me to press a lot faster, I think. Okay, almost. And then we're going to sew it on. We can be done. Okay, I just need my little quilt. My binding.
We're going back over here. We done with the ironing?
Yep, done with iron.
Okay, turn this.
Now I'm just going to turn this upside down, because I prefer to sew it onto the back and then stitch it around to the front. And I'm not sure if 4 strips was enough, but let's look anyway, just to be on the safe side, because I should have paid attention to what I was doing. 2, 3. Oh yeah, that was plenty. 4 strips, all I needed. All right, and I'm just going to use the white thread that I've been using this whole time, and I used obviously the yellow to quilt with, but it's a really pale yellow, so. All right, so I'm going to leave it a nice long tail. I'm also going to, before I start stitching, make sure that a seam doesn't land in the corner. I don't like when that happens. All right, I'm just going to start stitching this on. I'm going to change my stitch length to about 2.5. I'm just going to go all the way around.
Well, Tiffany uses a lot of steam. Big steam iron person.
Yeah, I prefer an iron with steam. I prefer anything with steam. I think all my stuff lays so much flatter when I use a steam iron.
Jill said, looks so comfy. I love it.
Okay, I'm going to come about a 1/4 inch away from the edge.
Jim wants to know what your least favorite color is. He says, we know your favorite is purple.
My least favorite color? Putrid green.
Putrid green.
Yeah, like
That works.
a putrid. You guys all know what a putrid green would be.
Yeah.
Like, I like pretty green, but there is some greens that are just bleh. All right, I came in on the end. I didn't even bother coming in from a 1/4 inch. I just sewed in from the end because it's a baby quilt and I want it to be held down in all areas.
Bernie says, I cannot believe how fast you are. I quilt in just a few hours.
How long have I been on? It's just a little baby one. What did I say it was? 36 by something?
Probably close to 2 hours now.
I just had that toll fire thing just hit me. What would it matter what kind of batting you put in a baby quilt, poly or cotton or wool or anything, if it has a fire thing? Because babies don't play with fire.
If the house is burning down and the baby's blanket's on fire, I think you're
But
already
why,
in a
how
huge
would the
issue.
baby's blanket get on fire?
That's what I'm saying.
Babies can't get to lighters or
The
anything.
only way the baby blanket would be on fire is if the house is burning down. And
Yeah.
if it's that bad that the blanket's on fire, you have a bigger issue.
Yeah. Because there's no lighters in babies' rooms. You're not supposed to put candles in your baby's room or anything like that, you know? I just totally had like a brain fart that, you know, hit me. That's why like,
Hi, Glenda.
how would a baby get fire? Well, if a parent is smoking while holding their baby, that would be kind of dumb, but I mean, they probably do, you know?
Bernie asks, Jill asks, do you have a baby in mind for this quilt?
Nope. I never have anything in mind. I just make. I don't have grandkids. Once I do, trust me, there'll probably be a lot more quilts. And I already make enough baby stuff.
Auntie Ann says the yellow looks so great with backing.
Yes, it's gonna look great with the front too. Watch,
Jim is not a fan of
see.
many greens either, he says.
Yeah. Like, I like aqua greens, you know, those kind of greens, and I like turquoise greens, you know, and I like some mint greens, but super greens, no. I even like some forest green.
You like dark green because you like dark green
That's
on
what I said.
me.
I even like forest green, but I
Yeah.
don't like putrid green.
You like dark green on me. Tell me.
I actually think I have some putrid green somewhere. Oh, one more corner. Okay.
If we find it, we'll give it away someday.
Alexa was using it in her one of her quilts. She liked it. My kids like different colors than me.
Hi, Kimberly. Kimberly says a toddler or younger sibling could cause a fire near the baby.
It could. I would think that the cotton, though, that on top, because the batting is not sticking through, that the cotton on top wouldn't burn as fast because we do have fire proof stuff on fabric
I watched a video about that. The sprays and stuff that they put into the dyes are supposed to be fire safe. So
I don't know.
all right. Probably should have went in further due to the fact that I never leave myself like a super tail. I should, but I don't. So all I am going to do here is cut a nice straight line on the bottom one. Line the top one over it 2.5 inches. Slide my scissors against that edge.
Joe says to go slow on this part, Tiffany.
I just went too fast already. I'm just gonna snip this nice and straight because it wasn't very straight. I'm gonna snip this one nice and straight because it was not very straight either. Where'd it go? So I went 2.5 inches.
I can put the camera in closer too if you guys want.
So here was the start piece, my start, and then I just trimmed the selvage off. I put my 2.5 inch ruler on there, or any ruler that you have that has a 2.5 inch, and then my leftover tail went over and crossed over, and then I snipped it right there on this piece only, not the bottom piece, just this piece only. So when I go over to the machine, I'm just going to open this one up like this, and then I'm going to take this bottom one and open that up and create an L, and then sew from corner to corner. So it goes pretty quick. You can pin it. I tend to hold it, but for video's sake, like always when I do this, we'll pin.
Hi,
If I can
Tanya.
find a pin. I'll
Tanya
stick
just found you live. She says, nice to see you sew.
pin this right there, and then we'll come to the bottom side and pin across the bottom as well. Just throw a nice pin in there. So now I'm just going to stitch from this bottom corner to this top corner, like that. So I'm going to keep it nice and bent, because it's best if you can leave enough tail to where you can fit this under the machine. And I'm going to change my stitch length back to a smaller stitch length, because I don't want anything to rip or tear on me. I'm going to line my little edge thing and find it right here and sew all the way over to it. Very slowly. Come on. And this fabric is pretty shreddy. It's on the shreddy side. So before I do anything, I always open it and make sure that it's laying flat in one continuous line. Then I cut away the back 1/4 inch away, or as close to.
Do you need water and juice or anything?
Actually, I can have some watermelon juice.
Okay. You could actually have some watermelon too
Just
when you're done
please.
there.
All right, so I'm gonna just finger press this real quick. It's kind of awkward to do because of my position that I'm in. And we're just gonna lay it on here, and I'm gonna continue sewing where I ended.
Glenda, you saying you guys live in Yuma, or you just go to Yuma for the winter? Winter's south of you in Yuma, so I guess I just go there for the winter. But yeah, that's not too terribly far from us. I don't know, is it 6 hours, 5 hours?
Yuma?
Yeah.
About 4 hours or less.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
far
Yuma's
as Phoenix?
just straight down. You just go down go through Parker, go straight down to the 10, keep going down
I
like
thought
you're
Yuma
going
was
towards
farther
San
than
Diego.
Phoenix.
Like you're going towards San Diego, cut
Yeah.
off on the next
Okay.
little thing before California, and then bam.
Okay, I believe you.
Goes
I can't
down.
argue, I believe you. I just thought
All right, so now it's completely sewn on. Now I just need to flip the whole thing over. I'm going to change my stitch length to a 3. I'm gonna move that out of my way. I'm going to pick this up, put that there. Now I'm just going to roll it to the front and stitch it on. And every once in a while I'll have to clip away a
wild thread, which is my basting stitches, because they seem to come undone at this point. And now I'm just gonna use my fingers to push it all in, fold it over, and sew right on the edge. So simple. And I just use my fingers to like push any stray threads in, or it pulls the loose ones out. I just fold it and hold it with my fingers. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Ooh, that's tasty. I do pretty quick on this part.
Well, we both drive pretty fast, Jill, so yeah, that's probably like speeding time. She said, is that 3 hour Tiffany time or 5 hours without a lead foot?
No, that would be speed limit. Unless you don't drive completely speed limit on the wurvy curvy roads that go down there. But I used to take my grandma down into down right there off of Yuma into Mexico. We stayed in Yuma. I used to take her down into Mexico to get her dentures. Remember when she was getting her
Yes, I know.
teethy things made?
Glenda said that they had a place in Yuma for half a year, and then her parents used to live in Kingman. Kingman's only an hour from us.
Kingman's an hour. I went off my little...
Oh, Marla says it looks like you're getting tired.
Slightly. Not too much, though.
She's not. It's getting close to my bedtime.
I'm
Not
almost
for
done.
her.
Almost done.
Not for her. Tiff doesn't get tired this early.
I've been up for a while, so I should be good for a little bit while longer. Oops.
She says, or are you in pain?
I'm in pain, yes, but I try to hold that back and not tell you guys. I try to keep that to myself.
For those of you that don't know, Tiff has MS. So
Yeah, if you guys are new to my channel and don't know, I have multiple sclerosis, if you don't know what MS means. And a plethora of other medical issues. It's been a journey here on my channel with my medical issues, and it slowed me down from quilting for quite some time.
Good night, Patty. Joe wants to know if you're sleeping better.
A little bit, not much. But not much better than I was 6 months ago, I guess.
Is that because it was winter 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Cooler in here?
So I just kind of like use my fingers to manipulate as I go. Kind of helps this go a little bit faster.
Sonia says this is very, very pretty.
Yes, it's so cute.
Marla says, and if you don't stop her much, she plugs right along fastly.
Yeah.
Hi, Margaret.
When I work all by myself, I literally get a lot done. When I'm on live stream and I'm stopping and starting and whatever, yeah. But when I'm by myself and I'm not talking to a camera every now and then, I go at it and just keep going.
Well, thank you, Bernie. Bernie says you give so much inspiration. Love watching you.
Thank you. I try. I think this Maywood Studio fabric shreds more than any other line, honestly.
Jill asks, when you're sewing the front of the binding, are you sewing with a 1/4 inch seam allowance?
No, I'm sewing on the edge. When I sew it down to the front, I literally sew about, I don't even think I'm 1/8 of an inch away from the edge, but I try to stay right on the edge all the way around when I sew it down to the front. Some people keep it on the back side and then they just stitch in the ditch, and or they have the camera on the back side. And if you guys are moving a little bit, that's because the cat is over there playing with something.
I'm not moving, no.
a lot of people I've seen on YouTube, they stitch to the front and then they sew it to the back by stitching the front in this stitch and holding that back there. But you can miss it accidentally every now and then. And I have a thread here that is going to annoy me. But I like to sew to the back and then flip to the front because it gives that final really big lip. But I sew right on the edge of it. I'll show the whole thing when I'm done. Shouldn't take me too much longer.
Oh, thank you, Marla. Marla says you sure do inspire us. My favorite. I don't follow a lot of YouTubers.
Oh, I do. I follow a lot. A lot.
Hi, Kiki. Kiki says hi. Ever think about an apprentice? Someone to pass your knowledge on?
If they lived close. I tried to get my kids to sew, but...
Yeah, Kiki, how close do you live? Do you want to come over?
Come on, stay. There we go.
She has tried to get each one to sew. Her and Maxine have started a quilt together.
And Alexa has made 3 quilts already. But she has a 4th one she started. She just hasn't sewn in a while with me. And both my boys have sewn pillows.
Damon sewed a pillow?
Sewed a pillow,
I
yeah.
don't
When I
remember
was
that.
still
I know
in the
CJ sewed pillows.
when I was still in the garage. CJ sewed when I was in here, but when I had the taller table in here.
Yes, I know that. I remember that.
That was like
Damon.
2 Valentine's days ago.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Or 3 Valentine's days ago.
Kiki lives in Idaho. She's
That's
been
kinda
sewing for over
far.
60 years. That's more than we've been around.
As much as Scott watches me, you'd think he could just like bust out sewing. I'm pretty sure if I left him in here with the only thing that said do it and had cameras watching him, I bet you guys could watch him thread the machine and everything because he watches so much of what I do. He'd be able to do it all. Every single bit.
Couldn't care less.
He would know what a 1/4-inch seam is and everything.
Kim really says you would have a house full of $3 plus.
Oh, yeah. I would never sleep. I would have to have my brain converted into some kind of like mechanical thing to be able to stay awake all the time. I'd have to become half robot.
No, Tanya, we're in Arizona. We're not anywhere close to you. Tanya says, I'd love to learn. I'm watching videos, but mostly they just tell you the tools to get you to buy.
I'm not trying to get you guys to buy anything, but you definitely need a few things.
Hi, June.
You need a good sewing machine. You need a good pair of scissors. You need a good rotary cutter, a good ruler, and a cutting mat of some sort, and some fabric. Bam, done. That's all you need.
Kiki loves to make American Girl doll clothes with scraps. That sounds cool.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about, the tall dolls.
Tanya has family in Phoenix. Whenever you go to Phoenix to visit your family, you can make a drive up here for only about 4 hours. We're actually closer to Vegas than we are to Phoenix.
Yeah. All right, I am literally almost done. This will also be the 4th thing I have put binding on today. I've been so busy.
I don't know, Jill. How far away is Burbank, honey?
California?
Yeah. I take it that's what
it's
she
down
means.
by where my aunt lives in Norwalk.
Oh,
Down
okay.
that way. It's in like Orange County.
Oh, is that like 5 hours?
5-hour, 4.5-hour drive. Can get here from the 10. They'd have to take the 10 to the 93. Or, you know, to whatchamacallit road.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Marla, that sounds good. Marla
Okay.
says she'll have to come visit next time she goes to Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm always here, guys. I'm telling you, I don't
We
mind
don't
if
go
people come to
nowhere.
visit. I never leave the house. I always have time. I have lots of time.
1955, yes, we do sell quilts. We were talking about our Etsy shop earlier because people have been checking it out here lately. In the description below, Tiff has a link to the Etsy
I
shop.
sell pre-mades from the videos, as well as I also take custom orders, not just from Etsy. Those are usually on the side. All right.
And if you do find anything on the Etsy shop you like, you can buy it from there, or you can message us, and we'll give you a 10% discount and free shipping.
I'll clean the rest of that up all later.
That way you can avoid the Etsy fees.
So this is 37 by 36. So it's not quite perfect, but there it is. I finished a quilt in a video, start to finish,
That's pretty cool.
in one video. Quilting and all. And I have a string here. So there we have it, guys. I have magically put a quilt together. A big quilt, but still, it's a quilt.
Well, Jill, you can stop by on your drive from Burbank to Glendale. There you go.
And then the back is just minions, and that yellow just makes it even more awesome. And for camera purposes, let's see how close I can get this. So you can see where I stitch around the edge. See that I stitch right at the edge. I stitch right at the edge. I get to my corner. I go into it, back stitch into it, and then I rotate and go the next way and then start stitching this way. So I try my best to stay right along the edge all the way around so that I end up with really nice corners. And then on the back side, there's always a stitch all the way around the edge, but that doesn't matter because it never bothered me.
They're all saying they love it.
So here's
Awesome.
up close of the quilting. Oops,
Beautiful
dropped it,
job on the
sorry.
binding.
So you can see it's not perfect, but it's done. And even for not lining anything up, I mean, look, guys, I didn't line anything up. I didn't trim anything. Look at how good that still came out. I didn't get rid of the dog ears. I mean, some of them aren't perfect, but I think it came out pretty good for just throwing it together instead of paying attention to what I usually do.
Yes, Tanya, she free motioned this on her long arm.
Yeah.
It was her running the machine, though. It's not a computerized machine.
All right, so I made a quilt in the video. It doesn't look very square. I don't know why, it just doesn't look square. Probably isn't. Who cares? It's just a baby quilt.
And for all you guys that keep asking about sale quilts and stuff, I've been trying to get her to do a quilt show. Whether you buy them or not, that it's just a show to show off all the quilts that she has and she's made.
That
And
are
it's a cool
available
little
for
thing.
purchase.
Sometimes we also do giveaways on those. We shall see.
All right. Oh, how long have I been on? I forgot to look while I was up there.
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't say on there. 2 hours and 5 minutes.
2 hours and 5 minutes?
Yeah. I tried to say 4 and 5 together, so
Oh.
it came out weird.
So in 2 hours, you guys could make something like this for a baby at home. Like literally. And if you had a long arm, it makes the 2 hours go faster. And I didn't have to take long to pick for a fabric because I have children's prints like crazy here. So that's it. Turns out great. And that was just 20 layer cake pieces. There are a few pieces left right here, so I might just put them together into a little square or a pinwheel or something. I don't know. I'll just put them into a square and take some of this yellow and just go all the way around it and make a pillow with a minion back or something.
Hi, Judith.
That go with it. I'm not going to do that now. I'll mess with it later, or else it'll just go in my pile of my drawer that has all the...
Oh, you didn't put a label
blocks
on
in.
it, did you? Darlene asked will you
No.
label it.
I'm just gonna sign it because I forgot the label. I was kind of in a hurry. They don't all need labels, my little ones like this, because it was one of those like I'm in a hurry project. It wasn't I was in a hurry, I was just bored. So this cured my boredom, as you can tell. Made me a happy camper. I love doing stuff like this. It's so fun. And no matter which way you look at it, it chevrons. No matter which way. It's cool. I like it. I love it. I should make some more of it. Anyways, guys, I really appreciate you hanging out on my spur of the moment video because I was bored and I needed something to do. So I took a layer cake, made myself a quilt, start to finish, literally, in front of your very eyes.
Here's a question quick. Cindy asked, what kind of pen do you use to sign it?
Oh, I use my fabric markers, my tulip fabric markers. I have tulip fabric markers.
They can say, okay.
Those.
Show them up front, though.
I don't really ever like use the light colors. I mainly use the dark ones. Usually I put a tag that sticks out though on them. Oops. Maybe if someone would have reminded me right when I took it off.
Well, you can pick out
frame.
some of the binding to do a hanging tag.
Yeah, I could pick out
That's what
some
Marla
binding,
says.
but I'm not going to. I'll just right in the corner, really tiny.
Well, Crafty Al says you're a very talented lady. Thank you.
Oh, pass me the
Minute.
top one over there.
Top one?
Not that, the other one.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, the one you just did the other day?
Yeah, yesterday. Yesterday's live stream, I quilted this, and then this morning I bound it. So this was yesterday's live stream. It was just a random 30-minute long live stream, and it's quilted with leaves up 4, so it looks like what is the word again? I forgot.
What do you mean, vines?
Beanstalks.
Vines? Oh.
Vines going up a
Okay.
fence or whatever. That's what it looks like. So I quilted it like that. I think it looks super adorable. And then this is back. This back has bananas because it's gone bananas. But I didn't, this is all I had enough of, was enough for this little tiny project. I didn't have enough of the banana fabric, which kind of sucked, or else I would have put it on this because elephants and bananas, they would have gone good together. But yeah, so this was yesterday's. If you guys want to watch more long arming videos, that was yesterday's video, because today's was just a real quick meander. So all right, now can I get off of here?
I think so.
All right, I'm gonna get off and go watch some Grey's Anatomy and lay in bed and do nothing until I get bored again and have to come back here and play some
Oh,
more.
Jill asks, are you planning on making your wallet soon?
Yeah, I need to make one more practice one to make sure I have it 100% for you guys, because I changed the design on it. So let me make one more example piece and then we'll get to it.
She has a lot of stuff. Like
Yeah.
I said, I've been trying to get her to do a quilt show. She's also talked about doing bags, and
Yeah,
she's got a lot of quilts to do, and she's got a lot hanging over.
Yeah. I'm just one person, just one, little old me. He just reads. That's all he does. I wish he would help more besides the
Hey,
ironing.
I iron.
That's it.
I ask you all the time if you want me to cut, so don't you start saying stuff about me. You don't let me cut, and half the time, like tonight, you wouldn't let me iron.
Yeah.
I would iron for you more.
I'm a more accurate cut than you.
Well, I know that. That's because
Anyway.
I've done it a whole, one cut? That's all I've ever done.
Yeah.
I've done
All right,
one
guys.
cut, and she said, no more.
I'm going to get off here. Thank you for hanging out while I made this quilt. It was fun. I hope you guys make something, and if you do, post it in the Facebook group or share it on Instagram and hashtag it Tiffany's Quilting Life. Okay? Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, like my videos, share them with your quilty friends, and I'll see you next time I get bored and need to, put it out there on some fabric. Bye, everybody.
Good night.